Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. In this episode, I'll be covering the level pack slash quote-unquote fangame Dr. Rai Tree, developed by Rajul2. Now, as I already played two of the levels individually during two previous live streams, I will cover these two levels first, starting off with Hose Man, with 35 plays and a score of 14. I'll be providing my thoughts and opinions on these stages both individually and as a whole. This will be a pre-recorded episode, so no live chat to the right. This level pack has 11 levels in total, 8 Roadmaster stages and 3 Fortress stages. Good introduction to the acid gimmick. First in a safer environment and now gradually escalating it, with the water being nearer acid. And as all these levels are part of a level pack, I will not cheat and collect the weapons that I'm not supposed to have yet. Fell for the same trap. I think I did the same thing when I first played through this stage. At least the checkpoint placement's good, so you don't lose out on much. Wasn't fast enough here, so I'm gonna take quite a bit of damage. Wow, it actually set the entire water to acid. Nonetheless, I think I made it to the end of the stage. And the boss is regular Pump Man too. So that was Hose Man. A solid start. I say it'll be an okay to decent stage. Nice aesthetics, nice difficulty curve, and nice climax. Second Roadmaster up is Balloon Boy, with 34 plays and a score of 0. And as I defeated Pump Man, I gained his weapon, the Water Shield. A fairly solid shield weapon. Checkpoint placement is actually on the more generous side than usual. I would have expected to be placed about 4 or 5 screens away if this was a more traditional stage. I remember this jump. It caused so many problems. That's one of the reasons why I didn't upvote the stage. You have to do it at the edge of the spring to make it across. Still don't like that challenge. Everything else of the stage is okay, I guess. And that's it. That one jump was the hardest part of the stage. Relative to Hose Man, I say that this was just okay. The final section of the stage wasn't really that much of a climax. So that recompletes both of the stages that I completed during previous streams. I rolled the dice, and the next one up is Friar Girl, with 15 plays and a score of 6. Dropping us into the danger. Usually it's best practice to not teleport the player directly in front of an enemy. The player does have 2 or 3 seconds to react, but it's not the best form. I don't mind it, but some other players may. Kinda wish there was a warning sign outside. There's the downwards firewall. For the fire type stage of this level pack, I was expecting more fire, to be honest. We do have the fire bars and oil though. So the solar laser beams can actually light the oil on fire. Now this stage fulfilled the fire quota I was looking for. We probably started off in a fast food restaurant up above. To be frank, all these stages feel on the shorter side. Ouch. If I get hit by the Berserker, I'm dead. Because then I don't have time to slide in place. Instead, just slide past it. E&M tanks don't persist between stages, so there's no need to collect it. Once I got past the first screen, no problem. Nonetheless, the stage is still on the shorter side. I would have preferred if it went by for at least one more minute. It's more along the lines of a traditional stage's length. It's just that I've been kinda spoiled in terms of fangame level lengths. They have a tendency to be at least 10 to 15 screens longer than the traditional NES stage length. Also a bit spoiled from playing other level packs in the past. In all honesty, this was another okay stage. Not as good as Hose Man, about as good as Balloon Boy. I rolled a die again, forward up is Bunker Man, with 21 plays and a score of 7. Probably the Earthen Master of the group. Something I wish this level pack had, which a few other ones do have, is the ability to pick up E&M tanks in the starting room. That way, the E&M tanks you collect between stages, they'll quote-unquote persist, and it encourages players to actually go for those tanks. So not only is he the Earthen Master, he's the Explosive Specialist. I just noticed that if I use the water shield against those enemies, they don't explode. I suppose the same applies to other water type weaponry. Another very straightforward level. Only one or two scary spots. It was okay. Fifth up is Brickman, with 18 plays and a score of 3. The unofficial theorized name of Blockman in Mega Man 11, before his actual name was confirmed. Strangely enough, I haven't seen searchies used that much. Must be due to the selection of levels I'm playing. I think they'd be much more popular. That was the icier part, now we have the earthier part. Didn't fire fast enough. I knew Anti-Edu to be there. There's no way any tank would be left out in the open. Whoa! That was my bad. I panicked. Wish the delay before the buttons popped up was decreased. So far, I feel this was one of the more tougher stages, and not because of one jump. And we have a boss arena that's been changed up a bit more. Oh sure, it's a flat one, but that air nut acts like a turret. Plus we have those two conveyor belts. I say this was also an okay stage. I'll give it a thumbs up. 6-star I'm up is Clockwoman, with 24 plays and a score of 13. And I forgot to point this out earlier, I will not use boss weaknesses until I reach the rematch stages. Most of the stage aesthetics at their worst are below par to okay. In general, they're okay to decent. This is one of my more favorite ones. Outside the previous stage and maybe this one, all the stages feel like they can be at least 30 seconds to 1 minute longer, so they can explore their gimmicks more. Only 2 or 3 of the stages adequately explore their gimmicks, at least to my taste. This one, sadly, isn't one of them. The climax section was just too short, and actually fairly easy. The previous stage's climax section though, that worked better. Same with Hose Man to a lesser extent. 7th RM up is Cyclone Man, with 19 plays and a score of 7. With that current setup, it's actually possible to pick out the boss's special weapon before you defeat the boss. I'll assume that's intended. Would prefer to introduce them over a safer environment, not a bottomless pit. Although that may have been done already. Should have used the crash bomb instead. See, this would have been a better introduction to the sheep blocks. If anything, I'd probably make this the first section, or the mid section, and then place Mega Man outside for the final one. Are you there, Aunt Daddy? No, you aren't. Strange, it was out in the open. I like this stage's progression. First taking place in a dark and stormy night, and now we're out in the sun. That was a nice climax, but again, I feel the stage could have been a bit longer to better explore its gimmicks. At least the climax was okay to decent. Aesthetics were really in your face though, a bit too bright for my taste. I'll probably upvote this stage, but it needs some work. The 8th and final arm up is Rescue Woman, with 27 plays and a score of 6. So she has a magnet missile. So her state is the Ice type one? And here I thought Brickman was the Ice type stage of the game. That was just a hybrid. Mega Man Maker Ice physics. Just keep running was the better option all along. For a moment there, I thought I was gonna fall into the hole. See my complaint about the previous stage's ending? It did have an okay climax, but the gimmicks need to be explored more. We'll see if the same trend holds up for the Fortress levels. To be honest, I kinda prefer the Dr. Rai 2 stages over these. Those felt like they had more meat to them. So that's all Roadmasters cleared. This was a below par to okay stage. Time to enter the endgame with Rai Fortress 1 with 10 plays and a score of 0. I expect to see most, if not all, of the gimmicks we've seen so far. The question is, how good are their reappearances? All the stages so far are doable buster only. Will the same hold true for this one? I never saw that behavior before. Didn't I fight against you before? You were a rescue woman. In that case, time to determine weaknesses. I guess then she's weak to fire? Assuming this is Rescue Woman, and not an unrelated mini-boss, I'm going to assume it's the former. It doesn't detonate against these. I thought it always detonated upon hitting an enemy. Works that way too. I thought it only pushed you off if you bonked your head against the ceiling. Clock woman. I don't have the rush shed or the pile driver, so I can't just bypass this section, or as some would call it, cheese it. Bunker Man? Looks like we're going X1 style in terms of rematches. I should have known I would fail that. And it's right before the boss battle too. Oh, that's why there was a Yoko block there. I see Aunt Eddie there. See the tip? I'm liking this stage. It actually poses a decent challenge without being unfair. Boss of the stage? So 4 of the rematches have been defeated, 4 left to go. Rai Fortress 2, with 13 plays and a score -1. So far, the Fortress has done a decent job at reintroducing the previous gimmicks. Ah, Brickman already. I'm not sure why he's weak to balloons. These are supposed to be balloons anyways. Ah, Brickman section, with the conveyor belts and ice blocks. And magflies. Can't forget about them. The best weapon to use against the magflies is probably the mag missile. That way you don't accidentally destroy the ice blocks. Oops. Thankfully they respawn. I died 3 times off screen. Thank you, Auntie Eddie. That was much more useful than the weapon pickup. Also, this is a Spyfall section. It's telegraphing to me what I'm supposed to be doing. I should have fallen to the right side there. In that case, it must be weak to water. Only one more item left. The forest stages are a nice increase in terms of challenge, and they are for the most part fair, outside of one or two spots I'd say. I mean, now the gimmicks are being used to more adequate potentials. I say that the forest stages are the best part of this level pack. So the last boss rematch of both this and the previous stage is doubled up to act as the official fortress boss. I like the previous stage a bit more than this one, but I'll still give it a thumbs up. So the final level of this level pack is Rai Fortress Final Cyberspace, with 14 plays and a score of 3. The only things left standing in our way are these remaining enemies. This looks so much like a pie from the Mario games. That was a bit of a close one. Actually, it wasn't as close. The time slow messed up the sound effect synchronization. See what I mean? With the time slow active, you have plenty of time after the sound effect finishes playing. Once again, checkpoint density is on the better side. I say a bit overly generous at times, but here it makes sense. Time for the battle against Dr. Rai. I was hoping I could reach it. One down, one left to go. It's only Aster Man. Barely any change to the boss arena. A bit disappointing. Or in fact, he has no weaknesses. And thus ends this level pack. So here are my overall thoughts on Dr. Rai Tree as a whole. I feel the best stages are the final 3 stages, aka the Fortress levels. The 8 Roadmaster stages, most of the climaxes felt lackluster, and the gimmicks were not explored enough. Maybe outside of Hose Man and Bunker Man, and to a lesser extent Friar Girl. All the stages feel like they could have been at least 30 seconds to 1 minute longer, so that they could better explore everything. In a way, I feel this level pack has the reverse problem of last week's level pack, the Blue Bombers, where almost all those levels extended for too long, and were rather unfocused. This became especially apparent during their Fortress levels. Overall, I say that this level pack / quote-unquote fan game is okay. So in the next episode, I'll be covering several more Veersmith levels. Well then, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.